And we're back, and you know, I think this means we're going to start painting, right? So
yeah.
I can get a little dirty.
We are looking the part now. This is a messy sport.
Well, I'm excited about it, and that's what's nice is that you can get messy. It's okay to mess up. We are working with acrylics,
Absolutely.
which are easy to fix
It's
if you screw up a time or two, because I did do that on Saturday. But Malia's going to do a very condensed lesson to give you an idea of how these lessons work. So what's the first step? What are we starting off with?
Well, our first step, we're going to kick into the background. One of the most important tools that we do use at the paint mixer is our spray bottle.
Okay.
Pretty easy water. It's actually a little
Got
hot
my
up here on
spray bottle.
stage. And so the spray bottle is good because our canvas get a little thirsty. So we're just going to want to go ahead and spray them with a little bit of water. And then to get the background, we're using our big brush. He kind of comes in and does most of the work for us.
Which I like.
Yes, absolutely. And just to create the background, we're going to mix a little bit of our yellow with white. And always good to know when mixing, when you are mixing, just put a little bit of a dark into the light. You can always add, you know, you can't take
Make
away.
it whatever shade you want.
Yes, good creamy consistency, a nice sunny yellow since it's so nice and early in the morning. And then I'm just going to start from the top of my canvas here. And I'm going to pull down about 2/3 and pull away. Absolutely. And we're just going to, easy does it. And we're kind of doing the work for us right now with the brush. What we're going for is a nice faded background at some point.
And you can see that on the painting right there by Malia.
Yes, absolutely. Just a little bit of fading. And the background's fun because you don't have to be terribly consistent since it'll be eventually pushed back, but it is such an important element at the end of the painting. So always good to remember when mixing paint, water is your best friend.
It is. I didn't use as much water as Malia wanted me to. I'm having a problem.
It has a tendency to stick, absolutely.
You remember that. Okay.
For sure. And what's great too is once you get a good, healthy, coat of paint on the canvas, it's, everything kind of starts to glide around beautifully.
And what's so great is what I notice about these classes that, the first steps you're like, oh gosh, what is this? Like even now I'm like, hers is better than mine. But as you progress on the next steps, you're like, oh, this is really coming together.
Absolutely.
And it's really fun to watch that happen. It reminded me of when I was like 10, doing a color book, like, this looks amazing. And finally I was okay with it. Yeah.
Well, I often say in my classes, and I truly believe it, that there is only one stage of a beautiful painting, and that is a complete one. We go through so many ugly stages and questionable moments, but that is the adventure of fine art in the end. And I believe I mentioned plenty of times in your class as well, we love fine art because we see the hand of the artist in it. So, we should never try and steer away from that too much.
And I like that you bring that up because every single person around me had a different approach.
Truly, yes.
It was so neat to see that.
Absolutely. And I loved, we had a gentleman in the class you attended who fought it the entire way. He kept saying, I can't believe you're bringing me here. What are my friends going to say when they see these photos? And by the end, I saw him posted on Facebook that he is now pursuing painting in Chicago. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, how fun. That's such a neat story.
It is great, and it does a really kind of, the paint mixer has been wonderful to break down that wall between, a fine art barrier and the rest of the world. It's so accessible.
And that's what the paint mixer does. They really accessible. They make art. I mean, this is a canvas. When I think painting on a canvas, I'm like, ooh, I'm big time now. It's not just a piece of paper, it's a canvas. And they make you feel like you can actually create something that's worth looking at.
Which you can.
And there was a lady there who she said that was, she'd been there more than once because she enjoyed it so much, and some of the technique that she learned, and it was, a very successful feeling that she got leaving the class because she went home with a painting and was able to hang out with her girlfriends. It was
Absolutely.
Really neat.
And and every time you look at it, if you just remember those memories and maybe learned a thing or two, that's, as an instructor, that's all I could hope for. So yeah, it's been such a fun time. It's also excellent, for people who want to take a break from the hill in the winter or might not, want to go out. We all have family members that come through, and it's just such a fun opportunity.
And it's relaxing. That's the thing we need to remember. This is relaxing, guys. You want to go and you sit down, listen to music, have a drink or two.
That's right.
Hang out with friends. So it's a great thing to do.
I've often said, if you think your painting's too ugly, just drink till it's pretty. That's the rule.
That's something Joe would use, I'm sure. That would be
a good general
his theme.
for sure.
I'm sure Joe can paint. I'm just kidding. cool. Well, we're going to keep on painting our background, and throughout the next 25 minutes or so, we're going to come back and look at our progress here. But in between, Joe's going to be talking with Clark Planetarium about planets, moons, and stars. So all that coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. And we are back with the paint mixer, one of the instructors, Malia Denali, and we are painting some aspens now, right?
Yes, colorful aspens.
Yes,
very colorful.
Well, I started my first one, and let's get a couple of trees on here, and then let's go for the leaves, right?
Yes, absolutely, because that's the fun part. You know, I say any type of painting, it's like cutting a room. You know, you have to put the masking tape on. You have to take the cupboards off before you can get to the fun stuff. And so for our trees, we're just going to start at well, I've got the canvas flipped over for a reason. That's so we can have a nice straight line when we go down.
Yeah, okay.
And we're going to start at the top with our white, and we're just going to pull down to our blue that we added in after the break. We're using the rounded brush. That just gives us a nice solid white to go off of.
I keep on forgetting to add more water to mine.
Yes, water is your friend. Always a nice creamy consistency, you know. Even if you're just working with a pure color, a little bit of water will help it go a long way.
Awesome.
And so, you know, we're going to shoot for 4 aspen. Go ahead and place them where you will. Once we have that, the beauty of this brush is there are 2 sides. We have the ability, once we have a tree, to make a couple branches, and that's just by the
I can
fun
see those
part.
on the,
Yes,
okay.
just a few up in the yellow, and we're just going to start at the base and pull away.
Pull away.
Yep, and you can make.
So we're doing speed painting. We have like 2 minutes left, so we're going to make 1 aspen tree for
That's
you
right.
in 2 minutes.
That's right.
I'm making some of my little branches
Fantastic.
here.
And then after that, we're going to switch to the baby brush. And this is a really fun brush. What it does is allows us to elaborate on our aspen a little bit. And always nice with detail baby brushes to hold it a little bit out because we can lose control. We want to lose control. And we're just going to create a couple little black nubs here and there. I often say with this piece, this is a great opportunity. If you have a sweetheart, you can carve their initials in the tree.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
Yes, and Christmas is right around the corner.
There's
so
my little heart.
There you go. See, always fun to, you know, gift away. You know, consequently, we are starting to offer 6-week children's classes as well that you can look up on our website.
And you can check out more there. We have about a minute left.
Yes.
Let's do some leaves real quick.
Let's do it. I know, this is the best part. Oop. So for the leaves, we're going to be using our square brush.
Okay, got my square.
All of these brushes are designed for different reasons. This brush is wonderful in that it does the work for you. I'm going to mix a little bit of white with my green.
And in our 30 seconds left, we're going to paint some leaves for you guys.
Yes.
I've got like a green yellow going on
Perfect.
here.
And it's a quick, you just put down and pull away. And then you have leaves.
I got it.
Easy does it, right? And we're just going to keep sporadically polka dotting on through until we have our leaves of choice. So many colors to mix with this that we can talk about as well.
And that's what's so fun about it. We're going to paint out for you guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to go online to the Paint Mixer. You can talk with Nikki and Malia. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.